Welcome to the Path of Exile 3.28 Mirage League Challenges Guide. This video will cover how to complete all 40 challenges in the league. The 3.28 Mirage League introduces 40 new challenges for exclusive cosmetic rewards. Armor pieces are granted at 12, 20, 28, and 36 challenges. Totem pieces are granted at 19, 22, 25, 28, 31, 34, 37, and 40. You can view challenges in-game by pressing the H key. We begin with the easy challenges. Beginner's Basics involves using basic currency orbs. Mysterious Mirages requires choosing a wish and breaking astral chains in the Mirage. Peddler's Produce 1 Foot involves various vendor recipes with flasks, rings, and amulets. More easy challenges include Act Adversaries 1 and 2 feet by beating all Act bosses, and beneficial bounties by completing side quests in Acts 1 to 4. Desecrated Djinn requires interacting with Varashta, defeating rare monsters, and breaking astral chains multiple times. Helpful Hideaways is completed by visiting every side area. For added accessories, pick 3 from defeating essence monsters, opening strongboxes, activating shrines, defeating possessed monsters, rogue exiles, or rare beyond monsters. Using scarabs or Atlas passives can significantly speed up these challenges. Atlas Additions requires picking 5 from a list of League Mechanics completions. Atlas passives, scarabs, and mirages are key to completing these quickly, such as Abysses, Expeditions, Harvest Plots, or Delirium Mirrors. For Master Missives, pick 2 Master Missions. The missions include Nico, Einhar, June, and Alva. Use Atlas passives and scarabs in Tier 11 plus maps for faster completion. Sacred Sigils requires accepting 50 of each Djinn wish from Varashta. Cartographer's Courage is completed by running a rare map of each tier, T1 through T16. T11 to T16 maps will be completed as you progress through the Atlas. Crafting Craze requires using various currency orbs. Pick 15 from the list, focusing on the more common orbs like Orbs of Transmutation, Augmentation, and Scouring. Avoid using Divine or Sacred orbs. For Wishful Willing, choose 13 different wishes from Varashta, tracking your progress via the League Challenges screen. Sandswept Survivor requires completing 150 Mirages in rare T14 plus maps with at least 100% item quantity. Remember to use Atlas passives and altars for increased item quantity. Moving to medium challenges, Maniacal Monsters requires defeating 200 map bosses in rare maps with at least 80% item quantity. For Deadly Deeds, pick 5 challenges from a list of challenging League content in high-level areas, such as Abyssal Depths, Logbooks, or Simulacrum Waves. Empowered Encounters requires completing any 4 of the listed encounters while inside a Mirage. These include Abysses, Expeditions, Harvest Plots, Legion Encounters, and others. The requirement counts Mirages, where the encounter takes place. Achieve Ascension involves completing all 4 ascendancies and gaining a bloodline class, which is obtained through another challenge. Potent Premonitions asks you to turn in specific divination cards that reward currency, gems, or unique items. Pick 3 types of rewards to target. Peddler's Produce 2 features more complex vendor recipes. Focus on the easier ones, like vending 3 identical unique items for a unique item, a 6-link item for an Orb of Fusing, or a full set of rare ILVL 75 plus items for a Regal Orb. Also, complete 3 easy influenced item recipes. Lethal Leaders requires defeating 6 of the listed unique bosses in level 80 plus areas. Consider the easier encounters like Abyssal Lich, Val Omnitect, Vox Twins, or Expedition bosses. Uber Atziri and Uber Izaro are available but more difficult. For coveted currency, pick 7 from the list. Expensive options include Coins of Knowledge, Power, Skill, and Volatile Val Orbs. Cheaper choices are Coins of Desecration and Restoration, and Crystallized Rancors. Remarkable Realms requires completing 17 unique maps. Most are cheap, but Vinctar Square is made by vendoring 4 Agnerod staffs. Andoriani's Machinarium drops in Delve 50 plus depth, or can be purchased for about 7 Divine Orbs. Glorious Gemcraft asks you to pick 3 from a list of gem-related challenges. Focus on Veiling, a level 20% quality gem, using 40 Gem Cutter's Prisms, and equipping 300% total quality gems to complete this one. Succinct Scarabs requires running 30 of each scarab type on rare T14 plus maps, only needing to kill the map boss. Prioritize scarabs that align with other challenges like Bestiary, Betrayal, Legion, or Ultimatum. Moving to hard challenges, cross-contamination requires picking 4 difficult boss encounters. Examples include defeating a Breach Marshal while delirious, or a unique map boss that is possessed while in a ritual. These require specific scarab combinations and careful execution. For seized strength, pick 7 defeated bosses. The easiest ones are King in the Mists, Oshabi, Katarina, Olroth, Farul, It Was Tol and Esh, and Suresh of the Weeping Black. Others, like Simulacrum, are very hard. Atlas Astrolabes requires completing 30 rare T14+ maps in 4 Astrolabe regions. This can be time-consuming and expensive. The cheapest Astrolabes are Timeless, Fungal, Lightless, Chaotic, Nameless, and Runic. Tremendous Tempests is completed by slaying map bosses of 75 rare T16 maps with over 150% item quantity while using an Astrolabe. For Tyrannical Tears, run 8,000 map tiers. Magnificent Memories involves rare originator maps with 2,500% item quantity. Eldritch Evocation involves defeating witnessed bosses or activating altars in Astrolabe maps. Vaulted Valuables requires picking 3 rewards from Aegon's Vault at the end of each Astrolabe completion. Instigative Invitations is completing all Maven invitations with at least 4 modifiers, with the Feared being the hardest fight. For Weeping Warlord's Warfare, defeat Suresh in 3 of 4 ways. Finally, for Gallant Grinding Goals, pick 4 of the listed grindy challenges. The easiest 4 are using Divine Font 50 times, completing Shaper/Elder/Conqueror/Guardian maps 50 times, with 100% plus quantity, defeating 4+ modifier rare monsters 250 times, and completing T16 plus rare maps with Scarabs 1,000 times. Moving to very hard challenges, Nightmare Nemesis requires completing 4 Nightmare T17 maps with over 175% item quantity. Using fragments, Atlas passives, and re-rolling map mods is necessary for success. Finally, we have the most difficult challenge of all, unless you have a very good bossing build. This is Uber Undertakings, which requires you to defeat 5 of the Uber Pinnacle bosses. The most difficult by far is Cirrus. The 4 easiest bosses are Venarius in Uber Cortex, and the 3 Uber versions of the memory bosses, Dread, Fear, and Neglect.